Ready to roll?
Born ready.
Bloodbath Tactics fans, not just one, all of you.
The one fan.
The one fan. Thank you for joining us once more. I am your boy, Ben. Across the way from me, in a little bit of a different circumstance right now, is Cass.
Hello.
Hello.
No, it's cool. It's nice to actually be looking at you to talk to you as opposed to going over the left of my shoulder and being like,
we're doing
hey, what's
this
up?
situation usually, but now we're just boom.
Yeah, it's we're kicking it old school and just going right back to us too.
That's what I was going to say. For those of you who have followed us the whole time, which obviously everybody has, everybody's gone back and watched every episode, obviously, liked and commented, subscribed on all of them. It was just, I think you and Anthony were episode literally number 1. Then I jumped on and we kind of wrote it out from there. So back to just the back and forth, me and you.
Yeah,
Easy peasy.
I mean, Fraser is working, I think, and David's working as well. So they're all we just like, hey, let's kick it old school. Let's going.
Let's kick it old school. We've got, as you guys can probably see up in the middle here, we've got some fun Necron stuff. I am kind of our resident Necron guy, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it's
of this podcast.
It's not me.
It's not you.
I do have Necrons.
I was gonna say you got some pretty sick Necron models. Your Void Dragon,
Dr. Manhattan,
and the Majin Buu Deceiver.
Super cool. Yeah, and then the Nightbringer is just standard Nightbringer.
Everybody's Nightbringer has to get swapped out now. So
that's true. So he's a useless model, hey?
It's huge. But we can go over those things as well. We want to get this happened. The 500 Worlds releases. What did that happen? Wednesday last week? Something like that?
Yeah. Last week? Yeah.
I think it was last week because we were supposed to do an episode last week. We had some technical difficulties, so we didn't get in the studio. It's all good. We were going to finally give Fraser his Emperor's Children episode.
Yeah, looks like next time.
We taunted him with and then took it away and said, no, bad Fraser. Notably, I think he said his list. Didn't Ryan McLeod up in Edmonton just take down a GT on the weekend?
He did, yeah. There was
is Fraser
the Winter
taking
Assault
credit
GT
for that list, or is it actually his list?
I think he takes credit for it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think he is. I don't know if Ryan's giving it to him, but
Ryan didn't seem to correct him, so maybe it is correct.
Maybe there was changes. Maybe there was one change. It's like it's not your list anymore.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. So you put a little spin on it, but
or whatever models you have too, right? Like you could be
sure you might not have.
I don't have
2 Mauler Fiends or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like EC's basically there's 6 data sheets. Figure it out.
Sure.
If you don't have these 6 data sheets and 3 ofs, then you're not gonna.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you have your 3 Tormentors, your 3 Infractors, and your Lord Exalts? Okay, cool. You're good to go.
Away you go.
Yeah,
and your Fulgrim now maybe.
You need another purple Rhino.
He does run Fulgrim. Yeah, cool. So we'll go over the changes to. Or the announcement from 500 Worlds. By now, I think most people will be familiar. It's even on the app and everything at this point, so it's good to go. There was some changes, to Victrix Guard.
Yeah.
So we'll go over those. We'll go over maybe some exciting news about Team Canada somewhere in the middle here.
Okay.
Stay tuned. And then we have a lot of questions. We haven't done an episode since the new year kind of rolled over, and with 500 Worlds and stuff, and the whole competitive scene, certainly in Calgary, and probably like this is pretty common around the world, took kind of a break over the holidays a little bit, let people do family stuff and whatever.
Yeah, I think we'd like try to do tournaments here and there and like try to get games in online, but then it's just like, I'm tired from hanging out with a family or whatever it is, or holidays. Like I ate too much turkey and whatever you did, and I hope everyone had a good holidays and had some time off for, to spend some time with the loved ones. But then now it's time to get back into high gear. Yeah. We got tournament season coming up in about a month and a half when it really starts rolling.
Locally, yeah. I was going to say, I watched, I think it was on Tactical Tortoise, that this past weekend, there was actually a pretty busy one worldwide for events and stuff. So it's already kind of kicking back in. For us locally, we still got maybe a couple weeks before. Well,
there's a one here in Calgary, the GT here in Calgary. We're using it for somewhat of a Team Alberta evaluation as well.
That's right.
It has 72 players.
Yeah, and if it could go to 100, it probably would.
If it could, yeah. I know there's a wait list still.
For sure there is.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Awesome wasted potential, and Ogre's Den to really be putting that on because I think it was originally 64, filled up too quick.
Yeah.
And then went up to 72. That's really awesome. That's really cool.
People are hungry for it right now. Very hungry with meta changes and like in the holidays, people are trying to get back into it and stuff.
Well, they got all their models for Christmas, and now they got some painted.
That's a good
and
point.
Yeah, going.
100%. Got to get some hobbying in before, because I think the tournament's on the 31st, so we still have a couple weeks. But
you know, it's funny. Like new rules came out, and like, oh, I got all my Victory Guard. I painted all my 18. Then they get nerfed. Yeah, exactly.
We knew that was coming eventually. Something was coming.
It was coming. I thought it'd come in March, but
sure.
Not going to complain.
No, not at all.
No.
Big tournament team. Team Alberta. Can we talk about Team Alberta for a sec?
Yeah, of course.
I think you guys posted the first cut, maybe, if that's public knowledge.
Yeah, our first selection. Okay. Our initial selection of everyone else. It wasn't like necessarily a cut because nobody's cut from the pool.
Okay, gotcha.
It was just these individuals stood out and made the selection process onto the team.
Right. So
and that was based on a number of factors. Helping out the player, like in coaching and on the Discord, and the RTT performance, their team performance throughout, like creating lists and helping other people, and like just being that relative person on the Discord is always something that we want to see for Alberta, and just like represent each other as a community, right? That list.
Sure, you want to shout them out?
Yeah, you know what? Let me just pull that up because I should have it in my head, but I
what was it? 8 people? I could probably name most of them.
I think you could.
We got some David Corrin, friend of the show, champion of the show, David Corrin, actual friend of the show, Adam Green. We've got
David's a host of the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Champion of the show.
Oh, I think he's like a friend of the show.
I did say friend of the show, but he's more than that. He's more than a friend to us. David, you're more than a friend to us. We're special friends.
You should have been here, David.
You should have been here.
You're going to get made fun of.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. If you're not here, you're free game.
Idiot.
Do you have the list there?
Yeah, so first one is Anthony Dallana.
Yeah, who we already shouted out in this already.
Yeah.
Long time friend.
Then David Corrin. Great guy. We said. Champion of the show.
Champion of the show.
Michael Torben from Fort Mac.
Tobin did make
it.
Yeah,
he was out there with Worlds with us too, and he's quite the worldly player. Josh Stapleton.
Sure.
Another guy from Cold Lake, Alberta. He went to Worlds with us too. He is the other Sisters player, and we got put in the same pool with the exact same, like our list was point for point.
That's right.
Yeah, because we worked on it together for Worlds.
Yeah.
And
just hit the same pool.
We just hit the same pool.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Adam Green, friend of the show, like you said.
Classic Adam. Can't go wrong.
Classic Adam. And Ryan McLeod from Edmonton.
That's right.
Winning this past GT here with the Emperor's Children. And, he's been a long-standing strong player in the community for a long time. So.
Yeah.
Congrats to everyone else.
Yeah, congrats to all the guys out there. That's awesome. The work you guys have put into Team Alberta has been really, really cool so far. And as you're saying, for those who are interested, this GT at the end of the month is kind of like not their last chance to prove himself, but one of the kind of big moments to do it. Yeah,
it's one of the bigger ones for sure. Like it's, hey, if you can't participate, you can't participate. But as long as you're showing up in other things, then we can at least make an evaluation.
Of course.
There's some cool things too that Scotty brought from the other assistant captain of Team Alberta. He brought to the tournament where the applicants would have to fill out a prediction before their game. But after like sitting down with the opponent, talking about their armies, and then you could fill out a prediction. Cool. And he would go around and collect them, and then use that data to see if the players are actually predicting, very accurate scores.
Yeah, they know their stuff,
and that's something that we're going to be trying to implement here in the GT, but we'll see if we can get it done. With 72 players, it could be a little bit overwhelming.
Sure.
That is twice the number from the Winter Assault.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like we'll see what the TOs are doing. We'll see what the other Team Alberta leadership is going to be able to do. If we all can like maybe take off a piece of it, which would be pretty cool. And then we can actually really get it's fun. And then you can sit there like, I think we're going to be a 10-10, or I think we're going to be a 12-8. Or I'm a 15-5 on you, and then they get 20 0'd, right? Like it's one of those things where like you want to be able to predict your matchups in regards to the mission, your list and their list,
and your pairing and everything. Yeah. Well, knowing the strength and weaknesses of your faction, of your list, of your style of play is maybe not half the game of teams play, but it's significant, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of the deal right there. So cool.
Well, when like on a team. And I don't know. I think
we do have some questions about team stuff, so it's worth getting into.
But one of the things with teams too is, say you're on a 5-man team or a 6-man team, just one of the smaller ones, and someone's matrix is off. And then what a matrix is like we talked about in other episodes, but what your score will be. Like, I actually favor this matchup, or I'm not favor this matchup. We'll just go from there. So a green, you're heavily favored. Yellow, it's kind of a drawish. Red, you're gonna lose.
No go. Yep.
There's also the blue is like 20-0 slam dunk.
Smash them.
And there's there's actually orange and red.
Yeah, there's some mitigating in there, but generally.
If your matrix is off, then when you go into pairings as the captain, the best thing you can ever do as a captain too is also trust your players that they know what they're doing. Because you're not playing the game for them, right? So trust your players, know what they're doing. You have to. And if the matrix is off, that does determine a win or loss in a round because I paired this based on the matrix. Yeah. And if they were wildly off, then that's why we lose, right? So
100%. Yeah, if the matrix is off, then you can't pair properly. Literally you can't. You're kind of dead before you even start.
So having proper predictions is incredibly important.
Sure. I did take part in one of the just online scrim kind of team event or little tournaments that we did. Mm-hmm. Not the team event, but the RTT, little online RTT, and it was
for the Team Alberta tryouts.
Just to kind of play games with good players. And it was super important, probably more important that you get your predictions right, because especially in that scenario, you're not actually doing a process; you're just getting paired into random or whatever. So if knowing your matchups is huge. Huge.
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
I think that's one of the main things I think Fraser's looking for in the selection process is are you able to predict your matchups and then also explain it. You can't just look it up. Anyone could look at Hutber or whatever.
Yeah.
Or stat check and be like, oh, I know this. It's just okay, but why?
Yep.
Right. I guess back to school. Show your fucking work.
Show your work. Can't just say vibes.
Yeah.
Can't just say vibes.
I'm just feeling this.
Yeah, I'm getting 20-0'd by GSC because vibes. Vibes were off.
Yeah. I just don't like the guy. I don't want to play.
I don't like him.
So he 20-0's me.
That's actually, you should tell your team, your coach that. You're like, hey, actually, me and this guy have a history, and this is not going to go well if we play. That's a hard red sometimes.
Yeah, it's a hard red. Why? It's just because it's him.
Because this guy's a douchebag.
This is your most favorable matchup. It's supposed to be a blue.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
Cool. Very, very excited to see how that transpires with Team Canada, Team Alberta. But speaking of Team Canada, because I just said it by accident, we want to give congratulations to our champion of the show, Cass.
Champion of the show, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was.
Cass is a member of Team Canada officially.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, man.
Worked very hard. Well done.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a thing I wanted to try out and a goal I set for myself, and I got to be able to meet some of the guys out in we all did when we were at Worlds, and I went through the process, and it was we copied a lot from them for Team Alberta tryouts.
Of course,
and it's a very extensive process. They know what they're doing. It's very professional. You can always ask for help.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see. I really look forward to what we're going to be able to do as a team, and we already got some ideas cooking. So it's pretty cool, just being in that middle of the chat there, and then throwing your ideas, oh crap, I didn't know that would work, or and then you start really formulating. And we got separated into two different. Internal things and different, so we get kind of our own coaches, and it's really cool. Really well organized, and I'm super excited to see where we go in the next couple months to see how it all forms.
Hell yeah, dude! Very, very exciting, and can't leave, of course, our good buddy Fraser out. Fraser
he also made
the team.
Yeah. Fraser made the team too.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Oh, this is less important.
Well, no, he went through the same process I did.
Oh, of course he did. Yeah. I'm sure he didn't just get rubber stamped. Everybody has to earn their place, I'm sure. But this is much less important than Team Canada. But we did conclude our Warhammer 40K Calgary Championship League. The whole year, the 2 seasons and a championship. And Fraser won both seasons and the championship against you in the final.
Against me in the final. I couldn't hold her down.
He's tough, man. He's a tough opponent. Everybody knows it. So well earned, of course, for him as well. Of course. I have to, right now it's getting engraved, all 3 of his names in a row, and it hurt me. And the lady at the engraving store, she's like, he's pretty good. Hey, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. So good job, Fraser. Good job out there, buddy.
Yeah, he just pays me that he can pay me to beat me.
That's it, right? Just fucking forks out the cash and away you go.
Cash, just let me do it. I want 3.
Cash. Cass loves cash. You heard it here, folks. Yeah, they just call him Cash.
No, he did a great job. So
yeah, well done, Fraser.
And 3 different armies, so you can't.
That's not true.
It isn't true actually because he did Eldar.
Yeah, he did Eldar. Emperor's Children, and then back to Eldar for the championship.
That's right. So 2 Eldar, and then
just before they got nerfed. In fairness, so. But well played, no matter what. If you can do that, if you can pull that off, there's no slouch. He's no slouch at all.
No.
But enough about us. Enough about these guys being good at Warhammer. We want to talk about the meta because the things are getting shaken up. Things are getting crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
We knew that 500 Worlds was around the corner. It got announced. It got leaked forever ago, like in November or something like that. It was a long.
That it was happening.
It was happening.
That was a preview day.
Maybe in October.
That was the preview day at.
It got leaked before that, but like it looked like crappy. It was like the box art for like the box sets, but it said 500 worlds in like a weird font, and people were like, is this real? Is this not real? We didn't really know. And then at Worlds they especially said like this is all real. It's all happening. So we got new models for Necrons at least. We've got the new Nightbringer model. We've got a Necrosaur Amentar, the Destroyer Lord. What do you know about Destroyer Cult? that's an old callback.
Yeah, we gotta get some T-shirts.
We should. What do you know about Destroyer Cult?
Yeah, what do you know about Destroyer Cults?
Which very exciting. The detachment is very good. We've seen some immediate results from GTs over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Had a big win. I don't remember the exact name of the tournament, but a big win in not the Destroyer Cult detachment, but the Pantheon of Woe. So the Catan detachment.
Yeah, the monster buffs.
Oh yeah. So for those who don't know,
monster.
I guess for those who don't know already, we got 3 detachments. One is basically the Catan detachment. One is the Destroyer detachment, and one is the Cryptek Conclave, which is kind of like a weird. It's like an infantry spam. It's like you want to run Warriors and Immortals. I think people are less excited about that.
Sure.
Even though it does have a crazy one where like you can give Tomb Blades that have D6 shots, blast, dev wounds, or anti-infantry 3-up dev wounds. Something crazy combo like that they can just like shred any infantry brick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But anyway, aside from that, I think it's a little bit lackluster compared to the other two. So we saw a GT win from, what was the list? We just went over it. It was all 3 of the big guys. So Void Dragon, Nightbringer, Deceiver.
Yeah.
Transcendent Catan.
Yeah.
2 Triarch Stalkers and a Catacomb Command Barge.
Yeah.
Was that your 8 models? Just like a classic Knights players list. Love it so much. And he took down I think it was somewhere in the States, a pretty big GT, or was that? I can't remember exactly where it was, but that was a big winner. And the other Necron one that I pulled up before the show was Awakened Dynasty, but with 3 Catan in it. So
yeah, so all the benefits of having like the durability that Necrons have, and then adding on Catan.
Yeah, 100%. It was basically the souped up unkillable warrior brick being annoying with OC everywhere, and then 3 Catan to go smash your face.
Do you basically just take out the DDAs and then add
no
X
DDAs.
amount of Catans and take some other chaff and put Catans?
Yeah. You just have crazy primary game with your warrior brick and the Catan, right? They're all kind of hard to shift. And then your stuff to go fight is just a Catan as well. So it's like they kind of serve dual purpose. And again, for those who haven't followed, the 500 Worlds rules have been out since I think Thursday or something like that. So a few days now. If you haven't updated your app, just go update your app. It's all in there already. It's all free. I know there's a whole like 500 World book release. They're doing like this like campaign book, but to actually just get the rules, just update your app and you're good to go. And you'll notice that basically the big Catan, so the Void Dragon and the new Nightbringer model, who are big models on bigger bases, they move 10 inches now. And the little ones, the Transcendent and Deceiver, move 8 inches.
Oh.
But they all deep strike, which is also a very big change. That's huge. So
yeah, like we had a game over the weekend that deep strike Void Dragon was like it's sure. Not nice.
Yeah, it
because like what do you like if you deep strike it, like you could put in a thing like, okay, one thing could see it. Okay, well it's not gonna die.
Yeah. It's like when you're trying to like find a good rapid ingress, right? You oftentimes say I try to do rapid ingress sometimes with Scorpex, big units of Scorpex, right?
They could die.
For sure they can die. Anything with a fair amount of shooting can pick them up. Yep. They're only T6, 3 wounds, 3 up armor, right? They're just going to go down. You want to shoot at my Catan and peel off whatever, 5 wounds.
And then it goes back to your turn.
Cool. I'm going to heal D3 back.
Heal back, I'm say good. 2 on
The
average.
Void Dragon will move up to a vehicle and heal another D3 back. Yeah, so you can, especially with Deep Strike now, you can find some pretty cheeky rapid ingress spots. So something to be looking out for in your games. It's a big investment to put in Deep Strike. Like, so if your opponent has enough to screen you, I watched a Necron versus Guard game in Grizzled Company, which is also very, very strong. And he just had enough bodies he did put his Void Dragon in reserve, intending to rapid ingress him. And he had enough forward pressure, the Guard player did, to just push him back. He basically rapid ingressed into his own deployment zone. It's like, okay, so you got to watch for those possibilities for sure.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the best way to play around them, is just they're still tough as nails. Take up space. Don't let them have a good rapid ingress. If they're smart, they probably would maybe rapid ingress against some stuff, but sometimes you just
yeah,
let it go.
and just take it, and like you said, like take up that space, because the other data sheets in Necrons aren't entirely powerful. That they're not going to be like, they're not going to kill a lot of things. And if you have like any sort of durable unit, you're probably fine, right? So just be able to push up some stuff, or like some lighter vehicles, or like Bulgrin are a great example.
Sure.
And just like creating that space where then, like you said, they're rapid ingressing in the least optimal spot, which is their deployment zone.
Yeah, that's going to be the way to generally approach Necrons. Specifically, so you're 100% right. Necrons have suffered from lack of damage for a long time. Obviously, durability skews have been kind of the way to go. The Necron, or the Warrior Brick, the Wraith Brick, and some combinations of the two. Star Shatter, so about a year ago, Star Shatter kind of showed up on the scene and was super, super strong out of the box. Finally gave us some damage, some rerolls and stuff like that. They had to nerf it enough that it kind of came back into balance, and now it's like...
You can't have both durability and damage,
That's
right?
the kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's you do want to try to find that balance, but we're so skewed to damage, we're so skewed to durability that we really just needed a little tick into the damage category.
If they're following any kind of lore, right? They're supposed to be like a relentless march, right? Like never dying.
Well, that's like your classic Silver Tide. Now, if you're talking destroyers, that is kind of where we get a little bit more damage now. So Necrosor is his name, Amentar, the new model. He hits pretty hard. So he is T8, 9 wounds, lone up if he's within 3 of other destroyer cults. He has an aura of sustained. He himself obviously benefits from that aura because he is a destroyer, and fight first. That's something that Necrons didn't have at all. 0 fights first. So I actually played a game into Mike the other day and played against his world leaders, and he basically had to race Angron into the Necrosor to stop him intervening into a different fight with his berserkers. Because if he goes into berserkers, he's going to rinse a bunch of his berserkers with a fight first.
Sure.
So he had to throw him in, which obviously Angron took some damage because I'm fighting first. And in that detachment, he's strength 12 with 6 attacks, 3 damage each. Pretty good. You'll peel off 6 wounds off Angron or something like that,
good,
right?
Yeah.
With sustained, you could pop off even more, but then it left Angron just sitting out there in the middle of the board, and you can kind of respond, right? Which is as the opponent, I'm like, cool. Yeah. Obviously, I lost my Necrosor. You got your one good activation from the Berserkers. Now everything else just kind of blows your shit up.
Yeah.
Right?
Now I can control the board state. Yeah.
And actually, Angron came back in that game. But by that point, I'm so pushed up the board that he has to like deep strike him in the backfield somewhere of his, and then try to charge him in. So it didn't matter super much, but. Yeah, the what's the detachment called? Cursed Legion is like the destroyer detachment.
Sure.
That one's going to be, I think, none of this is solved yet. This has only been out for like a week. Not even.
Yeah.
So out of the box, it seemed very strong. The 2 lists that won GTs that I just mentioned didn't play the Necrosor at all. So there's definitely play outside of him. I think he's fucking dope as hell.
How many points?
165. I think he's the exact same as Illuminor Xeris.
He probably needs to be down a little bit. Just because he is still one-dimensional in a lot of ways, right? Like he wants the combat, great at it, but like I think he probably should be at 140.
You would have no complaints from me. The only problem is that he is a big force multiplier because he does have the 6-inch aura. He's a whatever that is, a 90 mil base, 80 mil, 90 mil, whatever it is, big base with a 6-inch aura of sustained. So if you play in and around him, the force multiplication is quite high, right?
But half the time you're advanced charging with the destroyers, and you're away from him anyways.
It's in the mid to late game, sure, but in the early game skirmish, right? Like you can because it works in shooting too. Like so, if you wanted, and not that we have a ton of great shooting, but you could. Yeah, it's tough to say. He could be less.
He might be like a more important piece. Like if you're on a teams list and having like, all right, we got to make some anti-melee pressure. Sure. Like something like that might be a little bit more. Sure. Because like in let's say a guard matchup, he's gonna suck.
He doesn't matter. It doesn't matter much. The other thing too worth noting is at 165, there's been a discrepancy between the data sheet released on Warhammer Community and in the app. The app shows him having just a straight up 5-up feel no pain, when on the Warhammer Community he doesn't have that built into himself at all. He on both of them he has an aura of 5-up feel no pain against psychic and mortal wounds.
Yeah.
But he himself does not have just one built in. If he has one built in, 165 is a great deal.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
I've been trying.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I've been trying to cook up a list with him paired right next to Illuminor Xeris, 2 lone ops, and maybe Awakened, where you can bring them both back. That'd be so freaking annoying.
Awakened, I like him in more.
He's probably really good in Awakened.
Does he give sustain to everything?
So basically, yes. If your Destroyer Cult gets sustained automatically, if you're attacking the closest target, you also get sustained. So it's not that hard to do. Like it's pretty close to everything, but technically not. So I've been playing a lot of that. There was some play. I think out of the box, a lot of people thought about there is an enhancement you can give to a Lord to give them the Destroyer keyword, and then plop them into some Lich Guard, and then they benefit from all like the detachment rules and stuff like that.
That's sick.
They're good, but man, I've played them a few times now, and Lich Guard just go down like a sack of hammers. They really don't stand up as much as you want them to, and they're AP 2 1 damage. If they were 2 damage, they'd be crazy.
They need a 5 Feel No Pain, I think.
Well, that's what they used to have, right?
Exactly.
With the
Technomancer,
right?
Yeah.
They need that last little bit. Either give them 2 damage or give them 3 wounds, and we're cooking. Like that's
2
real.
wounds is kind of off. Yeah, and it's only T5.
T5 -1 to wound, so it's like they're okay. And the nice thing about this detachment is that once you give the Destroyer keyword to the Lord that's going with them, they can be -1 to hit and -1 to wound. It's like there is something there.
T5 -1 wound is nice because you're always winning on 4s most of the time.
That's right. Yeah. It's not that they're bad. I've just tested them a lot in probably 5 or 6 games, and they haven't done as much. They stand on the objective fine, and they're not super expensive. So if that's all you want, then great.
Are they OC 1 or 2?
They're OC 1.
Yeah, that's gotta go.
So it's and damage 1. Like as soon as I because the cool play you can do is you put him with a Translocation Lord who can auto advance 6 inches. His enhancement gives the unit +2 moves, so they auto advance 13 inches and then can charge from there, which is a cool threat range. But then you do it and they don't do any damage, and you're like, sick, that was cool, right? Didn't you see that cool thing I did there? And your opponent's like,
and then other
I
times
don't give a
just
shit.
Sitting on a point like trying to get you some primary, and they're pretty easy to shift because like even if you had 10 with the overlords are OC 1 or 2.
Maybe 2. I don't remember. I think it's 2.
Sure. Well, even if we'll say it's 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Right. That's as simple as like a couple battle line going on the point saying no.
It would be, except there's a countercharge.
There it is.
So there is play, right?
Okay,
so there's a countercharge, the same as Wrath of the Rock at the end of the
opponent's. Is it 3 or
opponent's.
6 inches? Sorry,
It's 6.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's not the 3. Yeah, that's right. Wrath does change based on who's doing it. So
depends on like Dark Angel's doing it.
There's definitely some play in here. It's super not solved, whatever, by any means, but you're probably including at least 1 Catan even in that list, just because they are so strong right now. Whether that's the Void Dragon or Nightbringer or even the Deceiver. Like the Deceiver got a buff too. He's flat damage. So flash damage 2 in his shooting and then flat 3 in his combat. Something got changed from like a 1. I think his shooting used to be 1 and now it's 2.
His golden fists were always 3 damage.
Okay, so then his shooting when it went from 1
like
to 2. They're
like 9-2-3 or something.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. And then his shooting went from 1 because he has like an anti-character 4-up dev wound shooting.
Yeah.
Precision.
Yeah.
That was 1 damage and like 5 attacks or something.
He's still
like
uppy down. He's a whole bunch of things too, right?
Yeah,
so
he still has the redeploy. So then we can talk about the Catan detachment. The Catan detachment, basically like all the Catan have an aura of improved AP, if I remember how that works. I don't know if it's like which side of the AP is ignore cover, whatever it is. It's just extra AP. And then when you bring each Catan, you must pay for their enhancement. It's automatic. You have to pay for it. Can't take them if you don't pay for it. Nightbringer gets advance and charge. Deceiver gets the Vect Aura, which is wild. The 12-inch +1 CP on your opponent. On that still tiny little base on a Catan is insane. The Transcendents get a 6-inch deep strike. Kind of cool. And I don't remember what the Void Dragon gets. He gets some kind of like anti-vehicle something, I'm sure. Like, I think he battle shocks vehicles.
Wait, they all have to take it then, even the Transcendents?
They have to. And there's actually a note. So
there 2 different, but there's 2 different Transcendents?
You can take 3 because they're not epic characters.
Right. So
you have to pay for each, and you have to pay for the upgrade on each of them.
Oh, like an upgrade on each. Okay.
You have to pay for the enhancement 3 times. 1 for each of them if you take it 3 times.
Got it.
Which people were wondering how that was going to work. There's actually a little note at the bottom of the detachment that says if you take multiple Transcendents, they all have to pay for the enhancement.
So they all have that ability.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you should just put that on their data sheet and tax them.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Cass.
Because you don't need to take it in other detachments.
They just got.
Or do you always have to in every single detachment? You have to take their
No. That's just this.
Only that one.
Just this detachment.
Okay, then that's okay then. So then like a Deceiver is not this cost in another detachment.
Correct. That's exactly the idea, right? They get super buffed in this detachment only.
Okay.
That way their points can be reasonable elsewise. Right.
Cool.
Yeah, that one's cool. I think there's obviously play there. They just won a GT. I think it's probably the case where It's super early. People are not sure how to tech for Catan yet, right? We kind of had like the night meta for a while where you're bringing your big giant guns, and we kind of like shifted out of the night meta into like the more infantry normal Warhammer play. Now we're gonna have to shift back into how to kill Catan, right? And notably, we didn't mention this yet, the Catan no longer have half damage. They only have -1 damage, right? So previously you shot a Lascan at it and you rolled whatever, you fair damage. I rolled a 4 on my D6, that's down to 2, and then into 2, so 4. And then I've got 5, but feel no pain. I'll feel no pain 2 of those, of course, and I'll take 2 damage. Now you hit me for 6 damage, I take 5 damage, right? So,
but you have more wounds.
But you did get more wounds. So we went from 12 wounds to 16, which is crazy. So it's a buff. It's for sure a buff, but you have to deal with them in a different way now, right? Like if you have damage 4 kicking around, which is not very common, that's pretty effective, obviously. But
I think with Vitrix going down to 3 wounds, the 4 damage is probably less.
Oh, sure.
Less around.
Also, 4 damage is kind of just a rare damage to have. Period.
Yeah, you have it on what your Hackathons, your DDAs.
Canis Rex's shooting is 4.
Okay, well, if we're going there, the Lion.
The Lion is so good, honestly.
The Lion's
last time I played against Wrath of the Rock, I just avoided the Lion and killed everything else. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll definitely see lots of Necrons as of right away. I think people are going to, because the Nightbringer model isn't even out yet. Necrosaur's not even out yet.
You know what's funny? I sold the majority of my Necron collection, but I kept my 3 Catans. I could literally pick up this army.
You 100%
for like nothing.
Yeah, you sure.
Because it's a couple models.
Absolutely could. Yeah. 100%.
All right. Be afraid next GT. Oh, you need my. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you only have the one Void Dragon. I'm stealing it. I'm super on the fence about when I'm playing that GT because I'm still trying to make that Scorpec list, or not Scorpec, but Destroyer list work. I'll just have to paint like Necrosaur when he comes out. I'll have a week to do that. That's okay. I don't want to play the Catan detachment because Fraser will beat me up if I do that. I think he will just hit me.
You're stronger.
I think I'm stronger. Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah. You go Kerdunk. You're 6'7".
But also, I have to buy the Nightbringer the week before the tournament and then paint the Nightbringer the week before the tournament. That would feel bad.
We'll
figure it out. Or
we can work out something.
I've been messing around with Serpent's Brood, the Harlequin detachment. That's been a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with that detachment. So
how you feeling though about it? Like,
I feel like I've turned a corner that I understand. I've played it enough that I level tested enough that I know what I need to put into what. But my movement is not quite there, and you have to be really good with movement to play this kind of army for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm getting there, but it just takes more and more reps. And like just understanding where your threat ranges are, stuff like that. I'm getting there, but I can optimize my movement a lot better. And once I kind of turn that corner, I think it'll be really cooking with some grease, cooking with gas, cooking with grease.
I don't know if you want to cook with grease.
Don't cook with grease. Whatever the saying is.
Donnie, what do you think?
Cooking with gas. Okay, we got it from production.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, and we can make mention. I don't think that's worth going super into. Space Marines also got 3 new detachments. How many detachments do Space Marines have, Cass? What do you think? Do you know off the top of your head?
13.
It's a good guess. That sounds about right. Let's see. And this is just Codex Space Marines. This isn't even
supplements
like the rest of them. Yeah, the supplements. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 detachments. The 3 new ones are not good, so don't worry about it. There's a Deep Strike one. There's a like Titus's detachment, like basically themed around Titus.
I think like it's they're probably good and they probably have a place. It's just, is it worth exploring when Gladius is just so powerful?
That's 100% it,
right? And Stormlance is really powerful. Blade of Ultramar is pretty powerful.
Yep.
Even Iron Storm, like they all have their own little.
And then when you get out of like Codex Space Marines, you get into supplements that have also better stuff, right? Like
Wrath of the Rock,
Rage Fueled, whatever they are from Blood Marines.
Isn't
Blood Angels.
The Imperial Fist one like not bad?
I don't remember seeing a lot of it. I don't remember what it's called.
I think it gives +1 to wound, like always or something. I don't know. Or like re-rolling rune rolls if you're on your oath target.
Oh sure. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it in play.
Or that could only be with the commander, Darth Lysander or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's the boss baby, isn't he?
Well,
yeah, it's
Dorn's the
right, but the chapter master, the boss baby.
Yeah.
Not the boss baby. The boss baby.
Gotcha. I thought in the movie, all the babies are bosses, and there's no humans that are bosses.
Have you seen the movie Boss Baby?
Yeah.
Shout out to Boss Baby. I've never seen that movie.
It's John Travolta.
Is that John? That's.
Oh no,
that's Who's Talking Now, isn't that productions? Yeah, Who's Talking Now? Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking. I'm thinking
Boss Baby is an animated movie.
Anyway. Alec Baldwin's the boss.
Okay. Shout out to Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Yeah, so like you said, those adaptations might be good, even playable, even competitive in a vacuum. But when you compare them to Gladius, when you compare them to the stuff that Space Marines have been kind of locked in on for the better part of a year, 2 years at this point, they don't stack up.
Well, like it's hard to move too because you have every rule you want.
Yeah.
In Gladius, like
you sure do.
Can you react? Yes. Can you advance charge? Yes. Can you fall back charge? Yes. Like you're clicking off all the buttons that you want any army to do.
It's a hard detachment to. They've kind of cornered themselves right out of the gate with that detachment. Like that is the toolbox. That is 40K the toolbox. So everything you build after that has to compare to like the whole toolbox.
Yeah.
Like I've got a really good wrench in this attachment. That's sick. I got a wrench and I got a screwdriver.
Can you armor contempt? Yeah.
Yeah. The new ones don't have armor contempt. That might even just be the nail in the coffin for these 3 new detachments. They don't have armor of contempt.
Right.
That might just be the reason you don't play them straight up.
Well, Stormlance you do. Oh yeah, that's
Stormlance has
Blade. Blade does.
Yeah. I'm saying these are the only 3
Space
Marines.
These 3 ones.
These
don't.
new ones.
Yeah.
These new ones they just released in 5 Worlds don't have armor of contempt. I don't know if that's a whole reason not to play detachment, but it's not helping.
Armor contempt's pretty good.
Armor contempt. The whole meta plays around armor contempt, so it's pretty good. Yeah.
You probably didn't play them back in 9th.
No, sir. I was just a baby.
For power armor,
okay.
They said everyone with power armor has armor contempt.
Wait, so power armor was just a 2-up save, or
just armor contempt? So you have your normal save. So power armor had a 3-up save, or Terminus had a 2-up save.
Right.
But every single power armor had armor contempt.
Just armor
so Sisters had armor
shit.
contempt. Death Guard, all of them had armor contempt, and they had higher toughness.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like Death Shroud Terminators had armor contempt.
Crazy to think about that stuff in 9th, hey?
They got rid of it eventually, but like for about 6 months it was playing. Like, oh no,
6 whole.
They're like, oh hey, here's AP3. Like, wow, it's 2.
Cool.
And I'm in cover.
And right, so
yeah, yeah, save on 3s.
Sick. Like for your whole army. Like that's wild.
You pretty much the entire army had armor contempt
because they've nerfed armor of contempt, obviously over time too. Like it used to be for the whole phase. Now it's like 1 activation, but it's still a significant enough.
It's still
strat
good.
That we still all have to play around it and consider it the whole time.
Yeah, it's still good.
Cool.
Yeah, there's lots to look forward to, and there's probably another data slate in March.
It's coming pretty quick, right? Because our one came in early December.
Well, like January started like 22 minutes ago, and it's already fucking near the end.
Yeah,
like what is happening?
Today's the 12th or something like that.
Yeah, the 12th. Yeah.
Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah, we're already halfway through, and now
well, you always have that like post Christmas, pre New Year's week that doesn't exist. And honestly, the post New Year's week also felt like it didn't exist.
It's always like talking to everybody. Oh, hey, how's the holiday? Right? Like,
yeah, classic.
It's always nice.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions about Necrons, Cass?
You know, I think you've answered quite a bit. I think we've also played a few times or one time, and it was good. So
he did beat me, in fairness. The Necrons are not unbeatable. They're far from it.
No, but you were testing, and my list was quite refined. So
quite refined. Yes, quite.
Indubitably.
Yeah, you're running Death Guard.
Yeah,
I like some sneaky Death Guard.
Yeah,
what are you playing in the tournament this weekend or 2 weeks?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's going to be. I don't know. I'm looking at what I'm playing for Team Canada, what I want to stress test more.
Yeah.
I'm not really entirely sure, and I want to see where this meta is going to shake up the next couple of weeks before I submit a list, because they'll tell me what I need to. And like again, like Calgary meta is such a Shark Tank that I kind of have to consider things, and it's a huge GT, so you know what? Like it might just be like, hey, let's go with it, and
just go with what you know.
Go with what I know. I know Sisters are very good. I know Death Guard's it's okay. It's mid, but
it's playable.
Oh yeah, they're playable. They're playable for sure. And they're fun too, right? Like I have fun with it. Like
I worry that Calgary is a Shark Tank, and we love our monsters and vehicles. So I think there might be a few Catan lists out there. There, I would be excuse me. I'd be shocked if we see none. in a 72-player GT, I think it comes down to timing because the Nightbringer model, it literally comes out the Saturday, like a week from the tournament. So if people want to like hammer out a paint job on the Nightbringer super fast, then they'll get them in there.
Or they
proxy something,
proxy
I guess.
Void Dragons, or they
Well, you couldn't use the Void Dragon as a proxy for the Nightbringer because that'd be a counts as, which we don't typically do locally, at least. But you could have a 3D print ready to go. That's the correct size, I'm sure. I'm sure they're out there, or you could size it and make it happen.
Yeah, and there's like that other one that's pretty big too. That Creature Caster does.
Yeah, they do the cool one where he's like reaching out.
Yeah, he's like coming out of a teleport.
The hands are coming out of him and stuff.
Yeah, it's
super cool model. I think you might have to size that one up a little bit, but anyway, it's not impossible. But people have to put the effort in to make the Nightbringer.
Yeah, Tio's gonna have the work cut out for them for sure, because I bet you there's gonna be a lot of asks.
Yeah,
a lot.
They actually shout out to Thomas, who's running the event. There's a new rule in the players pack that if you're doing a proxy model, so 3D prints, whatever, you actually have to take a picture of your model next to the actual model.
What if you don't have the actual model?
That's the problem, because a lot of time you don't. You're playing the proxy because it was cheaper and it was 3D printed, and you just fucking print it off. You gotta go find a friend and take a picture next to it.
What if you don't have any friends?
If you don't have any friends out there, get in the comments. We'll help you out.
Yeah, we'll send you a
Cass,
model.
We'll help you out, buddy. It's okay.
Okay, thanks. I don't proxy.
No, you don't really. Not really often, hey?
I 3D printed probably about 20 to 30% of my sister's army.
That's right, but at that point, it's not even like a proxy because they're 3D prints of the real thing. And it's like, who cares?
Yeah, and like some of them, like the weapon loaders or whatever. But no, I don't generate proxy at all. I have all the models I need.
He has everything he needs, guys. Cool. Should we? I think that's all we want to talk about. Necrons, watch out for them. Keep an eye out.
They're gonna be some
for Catan. Sure. The destroyer attachment's good, but very not. Just smash them in the mouth. I think if you have the pressure, just like hit them before they hit you.
And Catan's the one thing that I think could beat them, or one thing that can help beat them, is weight of dice. So if you have a lot of attacks, their stat check will eventually just run out. Like they can't keep going with it. So like if you're just doing like anti-tank, it's probably gonna do less. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like last cannons will probably do better because it's not only -1 damage now.
That's it, right? Like
which is good, but like how much last cannons do you really want? Or like auto cannons, like the 3 damage, like that's probably fine too.
Sure.
And they're actually probably good into Vitru's Guard as well. So maybe like really doubling up on your 3 damage weapons might be the way to stave off some of the like Catans and or other bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Like for sisters, I would say like Castigators are probably decent.
I was gonna say damage side. 3. Damage 3 everywhere is probably just good right now. Like at Vitrix, it's good into Catan, or relatively good.
And for sisters too, like one way to beat Catan, like before back in the day when they were half damage, it was Outgrow Flagellants were actually really good at it because
that's true. Hey?
They go with 60 attacks and you get X amount and you can only save so much.
Yeah.
But the like Retributors are fine.
Oh yeah, Melta's still good. Like for sure.
Yeah, -1 damage, the melted damage, right? So it's minimum 3.
That's right.
It's minimum 3.
Like literally, if you roll nothing, it's 3.
It's minimum 3.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think damage 3 is gonna be strong.
But they have a feel no pain, so
of course it's not actually 3. It's just is what it is, right? You're gonna run into a game where a Catan just stands on his fucking head and doesn't take any damage. That's gonna happen. It is what it is. And then you're gonna play another game and the Catan's gonna go on like a sack of hammers to nothing.
Yeah. Obviously, I guess like in Sisters 2, Morphin Fall.
Sure, but Morphin Fall is way more consistent damage-wise than a Catan, for sure, with a reroll.
But Morphin Fall can play Retributors. Like there's still have a lot of good answers to Catan.
Oh, I see. Just like the straight counter there.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
But in other armies too, like say for Chaos Space Marines or like Gladiator Lancers are probably pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because that's like what's the damage on that? D6 before. Yeah, that's good.
What else? Like there's
fellow Necron players out there, get out your heavy Locust Destroyers.
Just like
with flat
just be aware that like this is a strong list, but it is still a stat check list, and it just people's lists will warp around it to be able to beat it, and they then always be considering like, okay, well, when I'm building my list, can I beat Catans?
Yeah.
And
what is the plan? Yeah, what is the plan?
And like, can I beat Catans and or this? So like, and or Vitrix Guard and like just elite infantry, which is a thing too, right? So,
of course,
that's when like I would start leaning towards 3 damage weapons.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to like, if one Catan is shown you'll have to use multiple activations, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. They're like, I know a lot of people would deal with them previously with just move blocking them, and with the 6-inch move, that was very easy.
Yeah.
10 is not so easy, especially if they can advance and charge. So you got to be a little bit more like you still move block. It just has to change. Yeah, and they fly obviously. So yeah, they fly.
-1 damage in melee is really good against them.
Against them. Well, they all have strike and sweep profiles, but yeah, if you have mass bodies with -1 damage, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
like, what's that? Sacrosanct?
No, that's just like no. There's nothing in Sisters that do that, but like what Death Guard do, World Leaders does.
What was the name of
do?
What's the unit we played in the team event? Like me and you?
Sacrosancts, they're -1 wound.
Oh, they're -1 wound. It's not -1 damage.
But they're 1 damage. Right?
Gotcha. Sorry, I misremembered the rule.
So, but like they're not that good against you because they have 2 damage.
Right. Just a
right. So then, like maybe you want to shoot your Sacrosancts to halberds. So then you go strength 5, AP2, 1 damage, but they have sustained, and if you put a Palatine, it's sustained lethal.
Oh sure, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you get 4 rerolls and Halo Monitors, you get 4 rerolls to hit.
Yeah.
And chances are, like if they're out in the open and you charge with a Catan, you're not killing the unit with a sweep.
Right.
Then you've at least activated something into them. They could fight on death if they wanted to, or they can go. Like say even if you kill half or more than half, then they have full hit and wound rolls and the full activation back in.
Right. Yeah. Then you just respond. Yeah, with whatever.
Right. So they have multiple ways, and like, so maybe like going to that 1 damage and mass attacks is one way to fight the Catan.
Yeah.
Or just don't rely on 2 damage weapons like Scorpex.
Just don't do that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Heavy destroyers, flat 6, just fucking.
Yeah, I think
nuke them from orbit.
If it's 1 mass, like 1 damage, think of mass attacks.
Yeah.
Or if it's 2, you probably don't want it, and you want to go for like a 3 damage. And if the 2, can you double up on the 2? Like for Plague Marines with the rerolls and sustained lethal fights, that's a different thing.
Sure.
But like if I had like a Sacrosanct squad into attacking with 2 damage weapons into like Bogrins, it's not going to kill him.
Right. Yeah.
They're 2 damage down on -1, even with 4 rerolls.
Yeah. It's just knowing where your strengths and weaknesses are, and if you walk up to a table and you have only mass 2 damage, then you need to figure out a different way. You're not going to be killing them in combat. You're move blocking them. You're throwing shit at them. Just tie them up.
Can Custodes actually kill Catan? Probably not.
Probably not, but they can hold them there, right? Like if you throw a unit of Wardens at a Catan, he won't get out of combat right away, right? And he's gonna be stuck there for a turn.
But he'll probably kill 2 or 3 of them, which is enough.
Right, but you've held him for his turn.
Right.
That might be enough.
Yeah, that might be. But yeah. But like at the same time, like if you're doing that, then the Catan's doing its job by just like staving your.
I guess it depends how many Catan he's running. Right. If he's running 5, okay, I'm gonna hold up 5 Catan as best I can for the whole thing. If it's the crazy list where it's like 3 Catans and warriors, you got to figure something out, right? So
yeah, like wave dice and just make sure you're getting shooting activations and a combat activation into it.
Yeah, grav tanks are actually pretty good into Catan now. So
which one?
Caladius grav tanks.
Caladius,
not Calidus. Different thing. Caladius.
Yeah. Anyways,
watch out for Necrons. We have a butt ton of questions to get to.
Let's
friggin' do it, Cass. Because
you
guys were very gracious to give us a bunch of questions when we announced that we were going to record last week. Like I said, we didn't get to that last week, so we do have questions from last week and this week with the advent of 500 Worlds. So lots of questions to go over. Do you want to start? Do you want me to start? Do you want to go back and forth?
No, I'm still finding it.
Still finding it. Okay, I went all the way back to December 31st. The almost of the new year when you asked about new podcast on Monday. But we have Mr. Declan. And Mr. Declan asks, what is a habit that stops people from getting good at Warhammer 40K? For me, it's being too focused on killing and then scoring. So Cass, what's a good habit that is holding what is a habit that's holding people back from improving, basically?
Probably maybe like it's probably just like playing the same people.
Ooh, good
so
answer.
I would say like if you have your test group and your close friends and like that you hang out and do your garage Warhammer with, like that's great core whatever, but you guys have played each other 500 times, you're not going to improve that way, right? So a big thing that's going to be holding back is getting stagnant in your little pond and being a big fish in a small pond and not going out there and like actually playing different players and even higher caliber players I don't know what standard that is, but like, if you're going against those places that have a little bit more experience, they'll teach you new things. It's different factions, or you like, oh, I've never lost a Death Guard. Well, have you faced me in Death Guard?
Yeah,
like,
have you faced the best Death Guard in Canada? No.
but I play differently, right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And like, have you played? I've played the Yunari players, but have you played Fraser's Yunari?
Right.
That's a completely different animal. So then once you play that, you're like, oh, I understand now, and then you go to something else, right?
Sure.
So, I think it's mainly a big one is not getting out there, and if you want to improve, you got to get out there, and you have to put yourself out there, and you know what? Be prepared to lose.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Get ready to get your head cut off.
That is literally the only way you learn. Like if you're just crushing, again, like you said, big fish in small pond. If you're playing with 4 dudes every weekend, whatever. Like even if you play a whole bunch of games with them and you're just crushing them, there's no way you're learning how to improve. That's a good answer. It's a very good answer. I think that like Declan kind of mentioned, focusing not so much on killing and focusing more on scoring, like knowing when to push what lever. Like, is it time to go? Is it time to score? Like, that's a big thing you have to learn, just especially as a new player.
But that's hard too, and that's where I think faction specialists come in. So really learn your faction, because every single matchup has a different button on when to push and go.
100%.
Right? Because it would be like, say, your Harley Quinn faction, it's just kind of feeding you the little things and outscoring you and denying you. Well, the best way to get them is just overload them.
Yeah, just run them.
And then like, okay, well now I can't double up damage on something.
That's right.
Right? So you just like, but that's knowing the matchup, where if you just always played your same game, I go on turn 3, like my lion shows up on turn 3.
Right. That's always, right? Like, you just have your plan always, yeah. And you mentioned you got a good note in there. Specialize, like actually just play one faction, and sometimes even just one list. Just like play, don't I know the new is shiny and fancy and things get buffed and nerfed, but there's something to be said for just like locking in on one list and just like getting really good with what goes where. And like obviously, like we said, you don't want to lock yourself into like a schedule, like this has to happen on this turn, this happens on this turn,
right?
But there's something to be said for like knowing your list inside and out very, very well, and 100%. That just takes reps. So just reps.
And
just play more games.
It goes back to it, like just play more games.
Just play more games.
Yeah.
Do you know where we are on the questions, or do you want to get back in there again?
Yeah, just ask the next one.
I got you. What this is Disco from Disco. For blah 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 blah. What's an army you've always wanted to play but never have? That's a good question.
Drukhari for me.
I actually was thinking about Drukhari a while back. I was kind of poking around when they got their codex. It does look super cool.
And it's just kind of like my style. Like that, I like the small, fast girls that are. I remember when I played Dawn of War a lot. I played a lot of Drukhari.
Oh, cool.
Or Dark Elder at the time.
Sure.
I just always enjoyed the faction. I just think the models look cool, and it's kind of a cross between Imperial Sisters, who are all like light and good, and then Chaos, right? Because they're just like these crazy soul sucking elves.
Yeah.
And I had like a dark elf army when I played Warhammer Fantasy when I was like 10 or 12 or whatever it was. So always like that.
Some nostalgia there.
Yeah, you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I honestly, sounds weird, but the first one that comes to mind, and I wouldn't play them, is like Imperial Agents. I think if they did a really good weird answer, but hear me out. Hear me out. They could have done something really cool with Imperial Agents, where if they just gave them good data sheets, because they're just a collection of like random crappy like little dude data sheets. But if they had like the Navy section and like the fucking I don't know, like the on ground foot section, or you could like soup in different stuff. I think the concept of Imperial Agents is way cooler than like the Imperial Agents Codex itself. I think the non, I guess guard kind of like are the kind of same thing, but like the human enforcement faction of the
Inquisitor
Imperium.
Agents,
right? The Inquisition.
Yeah, exactly.
That they
that's
didn't
what kind of like the assassins.
They
are, right?
kind of leaned into that a little bit, but they did it so poorly that it thematically they leaned into it, but not mechanically, or it doesn't function as an army. So guard, like Imperial Guard / Imperial Agents, I guess is like my answer. I like the humans who are just doing their fucking best just to make it all work, you know.
Yeah,
that's me at the end of the day.
They're kind of like the corporate leaders getting shit done.
If the assassin detachment was good, that would be so much fucking fun. If you could take like multiple assassins and shit like that, that would be a blast.
And then you go against Grey Knights and just say like, don't do anything.
Just get fucked.
Yeah, just get fucked.
You know where we're at? I think the next question is from Leaf.
I think it's actually from the David's Evil.
That's Fraser.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do a Fraser question?
Well,
is it real?
He asked one.
Okay.
What are 2 pieces of general advice that you would give to someone to help them improve at Warhammer? I think we just kind of already covered that.
We kind of covered that. I think we covered like just a bunch of good suggestions there.
Yeah.
Get reps. I think the 2 is get reps. Don't get discouraged.
Just focus on a faction.
And focus.
And the best way to do it, I think, too, is just focus on a list and faction, and then build from that onto the other 2 points that we just made.
100%. And that's like super, super new. You're just trying to figure stuff out. Just focus for like not even that long. Focus for like 3 months and play a bunch of games, and then you can kind of like start dabbling and figuring stuff out. Right?
Yeah, and then you'll know your style too, and like,
and
if your second army should be like that style that like you really always wanted to do, like you understand Warhammer more, like. If your first army just looks cool, that's great.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, and it's funny because like that was a good question from Fraser. It's like you just naturally skip Fraser.
I naturally skip Fraser because he's always spamming the podcast questions, and you're on notice, Fraser. You've been better, but the next time you fuck off
the questions.
Next time you fuck around in this thread, you're just getting banned. That's all it is. I have the power to do that, I think.
I think he has the power to get himself back on.
Yeah, he might. Leaf asks, how do you turn points into wins? I am sitting at an average of 80-ish points a game, but I can't seem to outscore my opponent. Is there a part I'm missing to take scoring points to winning games? Someone did answer. Did you see what the answer was? Don't look at it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'll be curious to hear if you say his answer. Don't answer in the podcast questions, or I'll
is about turning points into wins.
He's scoring high, but he's not getting wins. What's the key here?
I think then at that point it's about what is the opponent doing, and are you denying their points? So are you landing? And this is some kind of a little high level of play, but are you stopping? Like if you're gonna score max primary or get a good primary score, you don't need to go for the max primary. Are you stopping your models on objectives, or are you keeping them off of it and keeping it around? So then when they draw overwhelming force, are they scoring? They can't score overwhelming force without going all the way to your backfield and like giving you something. Are you just tying people on their primary objectives and not taking it over so they can't score storm hostile when they draw it? Like these are like the little things that are like maybe a little bit more
it's advanced play, sure. Advanced play. But he's asking how you get to the next level.
But that's the next thing would be to like, hey, that's great, you're scoring. That's great. But what are you doing to stop the opponent from scoring? Like, are you just like running around and running your dudes around like, I scored a bunch of points and then I lost, right? Are you actually killing things that are some of their chaff? Like a really big important part of the game is when you're playing early, get rid of chaff early.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And if you can get rid of chaff early, then they're scoring with like where they're holding objectives with Victor's Guard. That's not a good. They don't want to do that. That's not a good feeling. So, those are things that I would probably start concentrating on. If I felt like, I've scored 80 points and 90 points, but I still lose by, 5 or 10.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? That shouldn't happen. But I think you nailed it. Deny him points. So your scoring points is important. But if you score whatever, he scores 60 points in a game and they score 30, you still won that game. So like maybe turn that knob a little bit and adjust towards denial.
And like what you look at someone's list, it's like what's scoring you points.
That's right.
Like you look at Jakari list, like those mandrakes. If you get a chance to kill those mandrakes,
get them.
Freaking get them. If you have an opportunity to kill a Callous Assassin, you go for that Callous
Assassin. Yeah, 100%. She's good for like 20 points a game.
Yeah, easy, right? Especially against 9th players. You take that away.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big piece of theirs, right?
Yeah.
So
I think it's great. Primary denial and kill the chaff. Great answers. The next one we got here is from Christopher, if you've got that one there.
Yeah. With limited time, what was more valuable, understanding every facet and nuance of your army and detachment, or a solid knowledge base on the more played armies, factions, detachments?
Right. So if you're going to a tournament, like what's a better use of your time? Locking in on your stuff or knowing the meta? Honestly, it kind of depends where you are in like your Warhammer journey. I think early learning your army is the most important thing. I think we kind of touched that already. You got to have your rules locked in and knowing what like, okay, my 5-man unit of this can do this much damage to this 5-man unit of this, right? Just practicing that, knowing your army, I think is the most important. Once you have like multiple tournaments under your belt and you know how your faction works, you know how your detachment works, that's when you kind of shift your focus to the meta. Okay, now I'm counter building, right? This is what's popular right now. Catan are going to be big. I have to shift my list, right? So it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it depends on kind of where you are. I think you always have to have a core of how your army works. So that's probably the correct answer is just like get your shit locked in first. Then you can kind of pivot from there. But if you don't have your shit locked in, nothing's going to help you.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think that's the number one thing is knowing your army. I think I just want to add on to it too. Like not necessarily like knowing the nuances of the opponents, but knowing your army and what's your game plan in every single mission. That if you could learn like, you know, what you're playing, what your main plan is in Taking Hold or Purge, and Purge is a big one because Purge always swings people.
Yeah, it throws you for a loop.
What's your game plan in supply drop? I know and here's for all the listeners that are playing Calgary GT. The last round is supply drop. Have a plan. No, have a plan for it. Yeah, but you still got to have a plan. How do you win on round 2?
Yeah,
or when you're going second, like you're heavily. So you're at a huge advantage when you're going second on that map.
Yeah, massive.
And but why? Right? So know that and have that plan. But yes, like you said, you nailed it. Know your army first.
Yeah.
Then I would say have a plan, and I think the rest kind of falls in. And you start to learn the same profiles, like what's the power fist? It's 822, right?
Yeah.
Like you'll start to learn the same things, like what advanced charge can do, and then you'll know. Like some of the armies always like kind of overlap each other. So
a lot of the profiles overlap. Whether it's this guy is a Space Marine profile. Like we know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a 3-up armor, 2 wins, right?
Yeah.
T4, right? Space Marines, yeah. I don't play Space Marines, so I don't know.
But see, like that doesn't matter, right? Like,
right. But if I tell you this is a las cannon profile, we know what that is, right?
12-3,
there is a lot of weapons out there, and there is nuance. There's changes within them. But if I were to tell you it's a las cannon with 1 more damage, we know what that is, right? Like that's a Dark Lance, right? It's whatever. That's right. So easy peasy. So get the core down, and you're good to go. I've got a question for you, Cass.
Ooh.
Disco in the Discord has another question. Excuse me. He says, how do you handle and or recommend dictating the pace of a game? This is a tough one. Pace of the game is a pretty high level thing, but good question. As someone who may not grasp the concept entirely, how would you explain or demonstrate it? How would you demonstrate pace of the game, and how do you handle it? That's a great question. That's a tough one for even experienced players, I think.
Yeah. So for a lot of the time, for the pace of game, I would say it's about really what the mission is and what your army's trying to do.
Sure.
Right? Like if you're Creations of Bile and you need just like to control the entire board state early and get everything out and get that early pressure and then let them kill everything, and you still got so ahead of the scoreboard it doesn't matter. So you're like always attacking.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very aggro list, right?
Right. The pace is very fast. You've dictated the pace.
Yeah.
Right? I've got wave 1 and then wave 2 and then wave 3, and by the end of the game, you better not have anything
and
left.
You'll see opponents do it, but let's talk about like a take and hold mission.
Mm-hmm.
Take and hold. Say you're going first. Well, that means the opponent has bottom turn scoring, so they are more likely to get a 15 points at the end of the game.
Right.
So they're already ahead of you.
They're already playing down.
So when you're already playing down, you need to determine the pace of the game by being a little bit more aggressive and like, all right, I'll force a 15 on you. And what that means is, are you going to jump on all 3 points depending on what your army is? Like, is it fast enough to do it? Is it durable enough to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just like, okay, I'm going to hunk up on my triangle and just make sure I'm scoring 10, 10, 10 and deny his 15 at the end by killing a bunch of, random things that could score that. So really, but when you're going first there, you need to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, if you were the second on take and hold, you can be a little bit more conservative, kind of wait, allow them to be aggressive and get those early trades in that you want, and then establish a board presence for later to score that 15. But it's more favored for you anyway. So that pace is kind of determined on the big thing is mission and what your army can do.
For sure.
And like okay, for Death Guard, for instance, like my pace of the game is real slow, but once you get to turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, it becomes very, very fast, and I can establish my board.
Yeah, along with pace of the game, like you explained it perfectly. Like depending on the circumstance, you have to see am I pushing the action or am I sitting back? That's basically essentially what the pace of the game is. And then once you reach kind of mid game, turn 3, turn 4, whatever that looks like, you have to know when to shift gears. Okay, I actually have a good position here. It's time to go, right? It's no longer sit back. If you've played passive for the all game, but your opponent has just been crashing into you and dying.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's crank it up. Let's go, right?
Okay, so I was playing very passive, and they came out, and I kind of gave them like a
little
a
chaff,
unit that
whatever.
I didn't really want to die, and then guess what? They flubbed.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah, let's rip it.
Yeah, let's just rip it. And then that's when what David said in the channel the other day, or the last time, was like, well, you can present your opponent with 1 to 2 problems, but why not present them with 3, and then they literally can't deal with it.
Right. Yeah.
And then that all of a sudden, like now you're in a board state where like now you're fighting everything on their side of the board, which is where you want to be for the most part.
Yeah, pace of the game is a tough thing to kind of like conceptualize literally, because it's not a mechanic that actually exists. It's the flow of the game. Am I being aggressive? Am I being passive? Is it the go turn? Like, what is this? Like, what does this look like? The pace of the game changes a lot.
Read your opponent. They can determine it too.
Read your opponent?
Like, if they're kind of like maybe a little frazzled, they're going. You can like you're playing against an opponent. You're not playing a game.
It's true.
Like you are playing against a person. And
we're getting into game theory, like
it's game theory talk.
Play the player, not the game, right?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
But like, I mean, if you think they're gonna go, like maybe you want to, like they reveal a strategy that they probably shouldn't have. You probably all right. Well, I'm gonna go this way. Now, I like playing collaborative games, and like I talk to myself too a lot of the times. I'm sure all of you guys have played me. I like and like I'll tell you,
you've
like,
never shut the fuck up, guys.
It's unreal. That's why I'm a podcast.
No, I do the same thing. I had because I got used to doing it when we did play a couple podcast games. I was like, because it's good to fill air and just like explain why you're doing things. I just started doing that all the time now, and people are like, "You can shut up now," and I'm like, "Yeah, I probably could, yeah."
They tell you to shut up.
But it's also good because then
you tell them to come to me if they tell you to shut up.
Okay, thanks. Cass, this guy's being mean to me.
How dare they?
But it's a good practice to have anyway, because then there's no confusion.
Right.
You know what I'm doing? I'm putting this here because this is gonna happen. This is cool.
I said that and you said okay. No, but I didn't.
You fucking said okay.
But come on, man.
T always said okay.
Yep.
Cool. I can't remember who asked the last question. I think I did. So why don't you give me the next question? I think we're going all the way down to Mr. Dan after I prompted people.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want. You read it.
Oh, wait, no, that's not. Is that a real one?
Yeah, it's Dan. Yeah. Podcast question. What with them technically? Oh.
That's not a real question. We had technical difficulties last time. It happens. All right.
Gotcha.
It's a podcast.
Yeah. Why do Necron play? No.
Don't answer. Don't do Frasier. See, Frasers are always a trap. You shouldn't do it. I tried to make it easier by putting a big red X on it. Did you see?
I did see that. Yeah, that's nice.
You're getting red X's all the way down, Frasier.
How do you go about building a competitive list? Where do you start and end?
Cool. So from Leaf, yeah. Where do you start and end? At its core, you want to have stuff that can score, stuff that sits on objectives, or generally is going to sit on objectives. You want stuff that plays the secondary mission, and you want to have stuff that kills stuff. That's probably your hammers, right? Your anvils, your hammers, and your like objective play. Yep. Really, that's the core of probably every list. Now, different units can do multiple of those things, and certainly at different points in the game. Like if you're playing 5 Catan, then all 5 Catan are doing all of those things at some point in the game. But you have to have generally a good idea for most armies that are not playing 5 Catan is to like actually say, okay, I need someone to hold home, right? I need someone to hold my secondary, like my expansion objective. I need someone to threaten middle. I need someone to threaten their objective, right?
Someone to screen.
Something to screen. Give roles to your units. Don't just put stuff in there like this is a good unit, so I'm going to play 3 of it.
I saw a guy play all 3. Like, cool.
Right. Why are you playing this? What is the purpose of this unit? Put it in the list. If it doesn't have a purpose, then either find it a purpose and use it appropriately, or maybe it can get cut for something else, right? Yeah. Like if it doesn't have a purpose, then don't. Why are you even running it? That's basically that's pretty much it.
Do you have access to like a lone op idiot that's fast enough that can just run in the center, deny someone's area denial, and like score you a cleanse early?
Right. Yep.
Like, and do you have access to like what in your list? If you're going first and you draw area denial and cleanse, what are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
Like, oh, I have these 2 units in this. Okay, cool. Then take it.
I've got an infiltrate unit that's going to be right there. Boom. Yeah. Right. Yeah, like there's lots of answers to these questions.
I remember back in early 9th with containment, for instance, one of the easiest secondaries you can score. It's 6 points right off the bat.
Yeah, just step out of the 20.
You have to set up and deploy and have roles for these units to score an early contain.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're giving up points for no reason.
100%. The long and short of it is every unit you put in the list should have a reason to be there. If it doesn't, then you got to reassess why that's there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there because I have a bolt gun. Well, that's not a reason.
Having a bolt gun's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough reason. 4 elite armies, 2 questions.
Yeah.
How much chaff is too much chaff, and what's your game plan in the first couple of rounds?
Ooh, for elite armies. So we're talking like Custodes. We're talking, what else is a good elite army? Wrath of the Rock, right? Like you got your Termies and stuff like that. I mean, I don't play those kind of armies, but I would say what I would do is you want to have enough early skirmish. So he asked, like, what was the other question? Is what's the plan in the first couple rounds and how much chaff? I mean, how much exactly is kind of a hard hard number to put on, but similar to what we just said, right? Everything should have a role.
Yeah.
And the role of your early chaff is to early skirmish with the opponent's other chaff and taunt out their big stuff, because if you're elite, you need to get value from your big chunky elite units.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to make them commit before you commit. That's really pretty much the game. The whole game for an elite army is like, I need you to show me your good shit so I can beat it up before you beat up my good shit.
And then I can beat up everything else after.
Right. So the early chaff, so how much? You probably want a fair amount of chaff.
I'd say like 300 to 500 points.
That sounds about right. And like chaff that, if the chaff can like fight and fade or like kill something and then like not die in return, and you can like preserve your chaff until like turn 3 when they have to overcommit into it, that's ideal.
Or
right?
like you can protect it with another thing with it gives it Overwatch, and like you can kind of like there's like lots of different combos of different armies that can do different stuff.
It's a very broad question, so it's kind of a tough one to like nail down. But you don't want to commit your big stuff until they have committed big stuff.
And something with list building too, this kind of goes back to the last question. And it pertains to both for chaff and everything else. If there is a unit that people are talking about that is too cheap and too good, chances are you want to be running more of them and just use and abuse them, so then you can fit more chaff in and then have that, early piece that just it's worth trading for, right? Like when Rets were 105, like who cares if they die?
Right. Yeah, sure. Even 105 is like kind of expensive for like a chaff unit, but they're good. They can actually punch up. So they're chaff that can like actually smack you in the mouth.
And like in like bad matchups, say like I'm going against GSC and there's like 1,800 models in front of me. Well, they're now going to be screeners. Yeah, they're not killing them with the meltas. They're screeners.
Yeah, knowing when to pivot your chaff. Like what's my chaff actually doing this game? Yeah. Makes sense to me. I've got a question for you, Cass.
Oh, okay.
From Christopher.
Oh, hi.
How do you find the appropriate balance between the larger or elite units or MSU? I.e., how many activations is an ideal mix? We kind of touched on that just now, but interesting like expansion on the question is how many activations is ideal? That's an interesting question. Do you think there's a number? Is it?
Well, not 0 is ideal.
Ideally, not 0.
Yeah, anything but not 0 is good.
It's such a fluid question too, right? There is no hard, like on turn 1 you should be making 8 activations. That's not always true.
Everything your army should have, especially anything that's like shooting and doing stuff like that's not like chaff or screening, like holding your home or screening out in the backfield. It goes back to that purpose thing. Should have at least 1 activation or 2.
Every turn? Not every turn.
Not every turn, but just like before they die is what I was thinking.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they should get 2 activations in.
Yeah, because not everything could shoot and then charge something, right?
Yeah.
You should be getting 1, ideally 2. Not ideal 0.
Sure.
Activations. And if you can get past that 2 activation mark,
then we're value town.
Then you're in value town.
Yeah, value town.
Right? Like if you can get, say if I get my Sacrosanct with Palatine with sustained lethal rerolls, and I can get that 3 times, chances are I won the game.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah, you're almost in win more territory at that point, but you never know.
But their activation could be fight on death.
That's correct. Or like you've got your 3 activations over here, but your opponent had 3 activations over here. So sometimes it's a give and take, right?
Yep.
Like yeah.
So you want to but if I can get it, so like if I can go out, kill a Bulgrin squad, and then leave it in the center for something else to shoot at it, doesn't kill it, has to charge in, and then I get a fight on death, kill it. Then I just got 2 activations out of it, and it's a double trade.
Oh, I think so. I think that's a good way to put it. If you can get 2 activations out of every unit, nearly every unit, you're in a great spot.
Yeah, I think you just win the game, honestly.
I think that's correct. I think you probably win any game if that happens.
Yeah, if every unit did 2,
you're good to go.
That means nothing's dying.
That's true. It just gets to go again.
Yeah,
you get a second turn.
And you have to look at the value of the activation. Like, is your Stern Guard just shooting Poxwalkers?
That's very true.
Right? Okay, well, you killed the Poxwalkers. They're 100 points. And your Stern Guard are out there in the open with a hero at 200 or 250. And then now you get other activations to just kill them. And like, okay, well, that's a bad trade.
Very good point.
Right?
Very good point. Not all activations are equal.
Yeah.
Shooting and killing a scout squad is not as good as charging and killing a Catan, right? Like they're not the same, but you do want to get as many as you can, for sure. Cool. Good question. Very good question. Question from Declan. How do you go into matchups that are considered a red and come out on top or not get 20 0'd in a team's
roll
event?
6s? No.
Well, first of all, if you're in a team event, which is what he's asking for, you're hopefully not getting put into reds. Ideally, your team has manage to do pairings well enough that you shouldn't get reds. What do you do if you unfortunately have to take a red?
In that case, and you know what it is, and if it's mission dependent and terrain dependent. But let's just say
that's all like the asterisk before all the answers.
I know, but the reason is because I say like then you just hunker down on your expansion, and your home, and you just triangle up, and you deny as much points as possible and score as much points as possible.
That's it.
Have a sneaky rapid ingress somewhere that can actually keep the opponent honest. Trade in the center when you can. Don't ever push.
Yeah.
And just literally like don't like sit there and like let them keep
smashing you, right? Yeah.
But obviously. Like come out a little bit. But if they're gonna take something, you're gonna take it. You're gonna take something back for it.
Right.
And you're not gonna like run at their home. Like they're gonna get the win, but you're gonna at least not make it a 20-0. You're gonna make it. I mean, ideally, if you can bring them to a 9,
I was gonna say, well,
an 8,
9's crazy. I was gonna say if you're like in a red. Like your 0-20 situation, I was gonna say get 5 points. Like just peel. What is that? 5 points is 20.
15-5. It's 26 points.
26 points.
Yeah.
If you can peel off 26 points, that's huge. Like you just did. You did like a monumental feat, right? Like that's crazy. If you get it to a 9, you're fucking cruising. But
well, like yeah. So like if you can get and then, but I mean honestly, you're holding your expansion. You might get a sneaky. Might get a sneaky 15.
Yeah.
Right. Just by like holding it down, they could flip on some dice.
Sure.
And if you're always kind of like playing a little reserved and they show too much, then you can punish them and maybe even swing it. Now you still might probably lost, but that's when you can get a 5 to an 8.
Yeah, you have to play very passive, very solid, primary, normal, calm, chill game, and then like you said, watch for a moment where there's an opening and go sneak some points.
Yeah.
Right. Go sneak 10 more points. Right. Yep. That's huge. That's all you can do. That's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, and that's what you do, and then guess what? Then you go to your team captain right after him, like, I got a 5.
Yeah, I got 5 points.
Everyone's be cheering you on.
Hell yeah, because someone else's game where he said it's going to be a smash 20-0, they're going to get 15 sometimes. Things get weird.
Yeah,
it's okay. I got you 5, bro. We're good to go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You get that 5.
Yeah, that's good shit. I love team events. We haven't played one in a while. We got to go do a team event.
Got a few.
Here's a good question from Rich Davis. Any advice for a first-time organized event goer? What's your advice for very first tournament? We've given lots of good advice so far, I guess. But what's another good piece of advice?
Go there, have fun. It's about showing up to the event, be friendly. A lot of people are quite awesome, quite friendly.
Sure.
They're not there to rip your head off or nothing like that. Like it's not a scary thing. It's an exciting thing, and you get to play the game that you love for 2 days. For what is it? 20 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Times played.
Right.
Yeah. The value proposition time played is fantastic.
And you get to meet people that are like-minded, that love the hobby too. You get to see a lot of cool armies. You can potentially win some door prizes. You can even win the event. Like it's a fun time. It's a great time to meet people. It's no different than joining like a bowling league or
100%. Yep.
or a baseball team or whatever you want to do. We do go out for beers after on usually the Saturday.
Yep.
Even the Sunday,
even
in the parking lot,
double dip, whatever.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like we're there to have a good time too, and it's not
for sure.
Sure, some of us have some stakes involved, and we take it seriously. But then, you know what? Lose that guy and go to the next one. Like whatever.
That's 100%. It is
like mid-table warriors are great.
Yeah, hell yeah! I've been a mid-table terror for a long time. It's great.
You're the terror. No, you were 4 last tournament.
No, I lost my 2 on the day 2. I crushed day 1 and then flubbed on day 2.
Oh, what was the other one that you were 4-0? Was that Ochard Ono or no? That
no,
was Fool's Errand.
I don't know what it was. I'm sure I've done good at a tournament here or there. But that to what you said, the first tournament I ever did was a GT, and it was great because you got to, like, to what you said, you just for a whole weekend just got to hang out with people who wanted to talk about Warhammer and do Warhammer stuff. Like sometimes in our normal lives we don't get to be fully engrossed, like we do a podcast and stuff, so not everybody's like us, but in their normal daily life they don't get to talk about Warhammer with their wife and kids and their boss and their work and stuff like that. You're going to talk about Warhammer, your cool niche hobby, with people who also love your niche hobby for, like you said, 20 hours on the weekend.
It's great.
It's super fun. Like just go and have fun. Don't put pressure on yourself. I think when I went to my first tournament, it was a 5-game GT, and I was like, if I can peel off 2 games, I'll be stoked.
You went best overall.
I went 3-2 and won best overall, and it was fucking hilarious. I've never got it again, but that was the bar.
Next year.
Yeah. So just go. This sounds cheesy, but just go have fun and hang out with the community, and that's we have a good community here, so we're very fortunate.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Okay, rapid fire questions because I know we're getting there on time. From Graham, he asks, what's the appropriate amount of scoring units you should have in your army? Kind of answer the question. That, yeah. There's no number. Just have a purpose for everything. Aaron asks, favorite army to kit bash and why? It's a cool question.
I think it's chaos.
Yeah, chaos anything, right? You just they can be mutated, whatever, cool D&D models just to make cool stuff.
I think it's cool to like fix chaos models into Imperium.
Oh, shave off all the spikes?
Like, well, they're not shaving the spikes. Like, say like they're actually like they found the light. You can just say that.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Cool.
Right, like if I saw like a cool one's like Plague Sisters. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like making like a plague army of sisters.
Actually, Sisters is a cool one. Who is it? It's Lorenzo is his name. Has like the Slanesh sisters. That's super fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's actually dope as hell. DJ Esper, D Jesper. I don't know.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Another one.
Yeah.
How excited is everyone for 6 Catan posing in No Man's Land? Just what's that JoJo's Adventure? The dude's posing in the anime. You know what I'm talking about? Don't worry about it. How excited are you to play against 6 Catan, Cass?
You know what? Stat checks are stat checks.
Yeah.
You know, they're dealable. They can be frustrating at times, especially if they spike a little bit, but there's always an answer for them, and if you can prepare for it, then it's whatever. If the plan isn't right and you just get trumped in the face anyways, then I mean it's a dice game.
It's life in the fast lane. To answer the question, Cass is not super excited, but yeah, it is what it is.
I'm more like meh.
And last question from Colin, who snuck it in just before we started recording here.
Oh my gosh.
Going second seems to be an enormous advantage. How do you set yourself up for success going first? We thankfully did kind of touch on that a little bit.
Being a little more aggressive, making sure you're staging properly. Take that first turn for that aggressive stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be able to punish the person for being reserved.
100%. Play as if you were already down 10 points and go find those 10 points.
Yeah. Don't just give away units for free.
Yeah.
It is layout dependent. Like on layout 7, just don't go throw something out in the center and then get shot up.
Yeah.
But like say layout 1, stage up in that rune first. Right, and when they stage up their rune, you're gonna tackle their stage points.
That's right.
So it's more about then you have to stage aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're putting yourself on a lot more points than normal.
Yeah,
and then they have to then answer it, and then you can then punish them for answering it.
Yeah, and obviously some missions are way worse than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, you depending on the mission, you're playing down 5 to 15 points. Keep that in mind and go.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Purge is a tough one on second.
Purge is tough. Purge super tough going first.
Because you get like 12, 16s at the
Supply
end.
drops tough going first.
Yeah,
like
those two are real tough.
There's a couple of rough ones for sure.
Yeah, those can kind of come up to a
just know you're playing down and play accordingly. Like you have to push the action.
Yeah.
Push the action, make it happen.
For sure. I think that's it, hey?
That's it for questions.
Right on. That was good. I hope that was pretty informative. I had fun.
That was a fun episode. It was
old school, man.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, you and I, and all the great fans out there.
Yeah, and our producer.
And what? Oh, production. Yeah. Donovan's cool too. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the first podcast of 2026. We've been rocking this for the better part of 2 years now.
I think we're getting there. I think 2 years now.
We'll have to go dig back in the archive and find out where we're at.
We started in January.
Did we?
We did.
There you go. So thank you for everybody who has been here for the whole ride. And if you're new to the channel, you have to get in the comments. You have to leave a comment. You have to hit the like button. You gotta smash the like button.
Yeah.
And hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Bloodbath Tactics.
See you later, guys.